Hey Sam, Rob Wild, Swing Vision Pro. I'm finally getting your video out to you. I apologize for the delay. It's been the holidays and I've just been slammed, so which is a good thing. But anyway, here we go. I gotcha. So what I'm going to do is allow this to run through a couple of swings and just let you see what you were doing when you came back in, and then I may interject some comments at some time. Just from even looking at this still picture right here, I see some things I want you to correct. But I think I'm just going to let it run for a couple of swings, and then we'll come back and we'll address some of those issues with you, okay? So here we go. And we'll watch one more. All right, so there we go. Let's take it back to the beginning and get you all set up here. Get you start to rolling. Okay, this is a still that we took before. Okay, what I need you to do is when we're making this move to get into the proper spine angle, I need you to have this club straight out from under your arms. So either from there or it's really more kind of like this, but it needs to be completely straight, okay? What we've got going on right here is kind of a double angle. We've got this coming down, and then all of a sudden the shaft is going back up, okay? This is going to tend, if you were to bend right now from just your hip level, then eyes are going to be way over the ball. Your head's not going to be back far enough, and your eyes are going to be way over the ball, okay? The other thing I noticed is right here, if I look at your left foot, it's turned out a little. I'd like it just a little bit turned in, just a little more, please. And to make sure that this one, again, is completely perpendicular to your line, okay? So, let you come on up and get into it. Okay. Now, I want to show you something here. I'm going to do this in yellow so you can see. What we talked about is when we start to lower our hands, our torso must move as well, okay? You're giving me a little fake motion here a little bit, because you're dropping your hands, and then at the very end you're bending over. I need it to all happen at one time for me, please, okay? So here we go. Bring you forward, and you see right now, you start to drop, and you see your torso still perpendicular. Look at the yellow line. It's still there, still there, still there, still there. And then right now you're starting to bend your spine, okay? All right. So that's putting us just a little bit, let me get rid of some of this stuff. It's putting us just a little bit head low. And if I were drawing that spine angle again, we're coming up here, something like this, all right? I'd like to see that head back. And I think it's that setup that you're trying to get into that's giving you a little bit of an issue, because that head needs to be back so the chin clears, okay? So here we go. Start to take you back. Okay, if I get you back to here, halfway back, okay, I'm going to stop this right here. Okay, right here, you're reaching a little bit. And the way I know is because this right arm has come away from your body. I'm going to send you a separate email that's going to have Ricky Fowler in it, and it's going to show you the exact right position as far as getting back, halfway back. Halfway back, that right arm needs to be tucked against your body, and then from that point, it's just a turn in your waist, and you'll notice that Ricky, when he gets to the very top of his swing, he has a completely straight left arm, and then it's just a drop in. So I'll send you this, and then right after that, I'll go to my other computer, and I'll send you a picture of what Ricky does. And he's coached by Butch Harmon, which I think personally is one of the best golf instructors on the planet. So, all right, so we're reaching out a little bit here. It's going to give us a wider arc, but it's also going to make us want to do a couple of things here. Okay, so we're getting behind. Now we're way behind, okay? Because if I were to draw a line, as I said, we want it going down the target line. If I draw a line for yours, we're going to be here in the woods somewhere, right? So we're just reaching. We're just over exaggerating the move a little bit. I'd like to see the club more in here, like that. Okay. So we'll take you through it. Here we go. And right there you'll notice again, I'd like to see head back right here, okay? Come through. Got good knee flex, good positioning. Top, okay. Top's okay, but you're pulling a little bit. Let me show you what I mean by that, my friend. Okay, if I watch this left shoulder and I just watch the plane that it's on, when you start to make your downswing, watch what's going on with the shoulder. It goes forward and then it goes backwards really quick, okay? So it's not stable in there. So that's going to create, see now how you're pulling away from it? You're on the line, you're past the line. Actually, now you're great. If you were to just drop your hands, the shoulder, we talked about deactivating the shoulder would not move until after you made impact with a golf ball, okay? And we're dancing around with this, so we need to really concentrate on isolating that left shoulder. Here we go, come down, so you're coming across, and then right as you get the ball, you know you're too close, so you back away from it. Now, come, you hit it, let go, there it goes. All right, nice finish, very nice finish, like the way you weight transfer. I'd still like to see you go ahead and lay that club over your back a little bit like this, and have your hands a little higher up in this area right here, and then you'd have more of a kind of a disc kind of thing going on. That's going to make sure that we get a good weight balance, but you're doing a good weight balance right there. Okay, so let's look at it a little bit later on after we've done some things. Okay, now this much better, but you'll still see that we have a little bit of an angle from here, and then the club is coming up. All right, this is going to tend to make us get our head over the golf ball. All right, so we need this linear, just like this, and the torso must also bend from the waist at the exact same time you're lowering the club. So here I'm going to pull you through and watch you. Okay, here we go. Slow-mo here. Okay. And start you here. Bear with me for just a minute. I'll cheat you up into the swing just a little bit. Not cheat you too much. All right, this is where we're working on our chipping and being linear, okay? If I look at this from this stroke right here, at this point right now, you are really linear. You're right down the line with this thing, okay? You know, I'm projecting that our target's down here, okay? Well, guess what? We're right down the line on it. But if we take a look at you come back a little more, now once we come off of that line, as I told you, once you start to come off that line, that club head is opening up, okay? You'll see now you're making more of a golf swing than a chipping motion that I really want you making. I want you staying on that line. If you've got to come past this area right here, then you need another club in your hand, okay? You need another less lofted club in your hand in order to stay on this line. Because I want you to come, if I take you back a little bit, from here, right here, now we're on line, okay? This is where I want you to be the whole time. And now the very opposite of this chipping motion is we have to look at this left shoulder does have to be activated and does have to move, okay? Because there's no way you can keep this straight down the line if that shoulder doesn't come a little bit forward, all right? So that's it's one way it's got to be one way it's got to be the other. So this right here, we got to let the shoulder isolate and let it come out a little bit, and so you can stay on that track. So right here, you've really started, at this point, you're starting to open the club. If you look at that club face right here, you'll see it's wide open. Okay, let me see if I can get a better shot of that and show you. You can see that club head. Let me get that crap out of the way real quick. Second, and I'll show you your club head. Your club head compared to that line, you can see it's wide open. So I take it 1, 2, 3 steps back again and look at it. Now it's really wide open. Now we're offline for where I want us to be. That green line and the extension of the orange stick is where I want you to be, okay? Anything past that right there, you're starting to open the club. Open the club means you have to open the club. What does that mean? You have to close the club on the way back down. Timing becomes critical, and most amateurs that don't have 8-10 hours a day to practice will never get that timing consistent. They'll be all over the place, okay? So we're going to move forward here just a little bit. And let me show you something else here. Let me get through here. We talked about a bunch of stuff here. Yada, yada. Okay. Let's see if I'm showing you something here. Let's see if it's anything that I talking about. It's necessary for you to see. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, we're going to go back to this one right here. Bear with me, please. I'm going to come back to this one right here. Okay, here. Here. Let me show you that. So this is after we've talked about stuff a little bit. I'm going to show you the swing that you make. So that's what I really want to concentrate on. Okay. Now I'm going to move you forward slower here. Okay. And I'm going to shoot you up into it just a second. Give me a little second here. Okay. So here we go. We're going to take it back. Take it back slowly. I'm going to shoot you into the swing starts. Wow. Moved way too fast. Okay. I'm going to go slow-mo. So here we go. Bear with me. It's going to go slow-mo, so it's going to take a second for us. We'll start to see the movement of the club eventually. Bear with me here just a second. Actually, let me let it run, and then I'll stop it. Okay. So you're coming offline right there almost immediately. Again, let me show you that. See how your club is to the inside of that line? I want that club tracking right down that line, okay? And it would look something more where the orange line is would be more like your green line does, all right? And again, it goes back to the shoulder. If we keep this shoulder in place, there's really no way for us to stay linear. We have to open up that club, okay? So I want to activate that shoulder just a little bit right there so you can stay linear down this line and then come back into the ball square, okay? So I'm going to take you through it here. I'm going to take you all the way through. So we're coming pretty far. And that was a practice swing, but even with your practice swings, you got to be linear down that line, okay? Because once we open it up, we got to close it, and that's going to let the devil crawl in. Okay. Two things I'd like to do. I want to make sure that both of our feet are open 20 degrees, and if I look right here, from that green line down, there should be no movement. You should be planted into the ground, okay? So here we go, move you forward. Bear with me, as we're doing slow-mo. Start you. Okay, so we're coming way back. We're almost making a golf swing here, okay? On this chipping motion, we need to stay linear to this line, all right? I told you, anything that you got to get back to at past 8:30, 9 o'clock, you need another club in your hand so you can stay linear, because now we've opened up and now we must close, okay? So I'm going to take you through it all the way. So we're coming way too far back, all right? The shoulder allowed it to come back. Now as we get back down, we're going to track back down the line right here at the very end. Again, let me highlight that for you, please. If I look right here, now we're back almost down the line. You're a little inside the line a little bit, and we'll see where this goes. But you have maintained, you have gotten back really pretty close to the line, but I want to stay on the line. So if we stay on the line, then we have less devil to get in, okay? So we come through, you hit it, boom. Okay, just because we opened up is, again, I told you, that cup right there is right dead center of our whole setup here. I do this to you and look pretty straight, okay? We don't want pretty straight. We want very straight, especially when we get into chipping, because now we're shooting at the flag, all right? So even if you are on line, you're going to be left of that flag, and it's because of the opening and close motion, all right? So that's what I got for you for right now. If I come up with something, I'm going to go ahead and send you those two positions that Rickie Fowler is in, which is his halfway back position and then the top of his backswing. Us old guys probably can't get that far back, but the things I want you to notice is how straight his left arm is and how tucked in his right arm is, even at the very top of his backswing. Especially halfway back is where we establish the wrist cock and have that right arm pinned in. Then we just turn with our waist to get back to the top, and you'll be able to see those motions that he's making once I send you the email. So right now, it was a pleasure working with you. I'm getting my online academy set up. I will email you when that is active and available. If you want to continue on with me, I'd be happy to help you out even more. So for right now, I want to thank you for your business. I want to thank you for the trust you placed in me, and I wish you a great big happy new year and a warm aloha.